Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, the place where we make Microsoft Tech simple and job ready. This is a third part in the series of Power Apps interview questions and answers that could help you land your next role. Let's dive right in. Question number 21. How do you implement error handling in Power Apps? So you can use the if error function to catch and respond to errors gracefully. You can also check for errors after data operations using the error functions to provide user-friendly feedback. Question number 22. What is delegation and why is it important? So the delegation refers to pushing data processing tasks to the data source rather than doing them locally. That ensures performance and scalability when working with large data sets. So when we are saying pushing data processing tasks to the data source, that means if we are having a search function or a filter function that can be done from the data processing on the server side like SharePoint or any other platform. So those are delegate functions. And that part is covered, or that particular question is covered in my previous parts. So you can go and refer them. Question number 23. How do you prevent unauthorized access in Power Apps? So to do that, we can use user role based condition. So in that condition, we can check if that particular user dot email is available, like if that particular user should access, if we can check that. According to that, we can pass true or false, and then we can have our logic implemented in such a way if the answer is true, that person is authorized. If answer is no, then person is not authorized and something like that. And then they can access the application. We should not rely on UI hiding secure data at the source. So we don't go and hide that particular element or the component from the application, but we should also check it from the backend in this way. Okay. Question number 24. What is Dataverse and why should you use it? So this is something you heard this word Dataverse sometimes in Power Apps. So a Dataverse is a cloud-based data platform. It is a cloud-based data platform that provides secure and structured data storage with built-in support for business rules, relationships, and role-based access control. So these are the keywords that an interviewer will try to hear from you. Those are inbuilt support for business rules, relationships, and role-based access control for the database. The next question, question number 25 is what is the use of this collect function? So a collect function is used to create or add data to a local collection during the app session. It's useful for caching or temporary data manipulation. So these are important words. So that is only and only available. The collection is only and only available during that app session. If you close the app, the collection or that particular collection data will be vanished. Okay. Question number 26. How do you pre-fill form data when navigating to a form screen? So this is some type of scenario based question can also be asked. Let's say I am in the gallery and now I'm moving from by clicking on the edit button in the gallery icon and I want to fill in that data into the form. So how will you do that? So what we can do is we can use the navigate function, something like this, navigate edit screen and then the record this item. If you are using the gallery, then gallery, that selected item or something like that you can use. And then we can bind the form's item property to that particular record value, which is this. Okay. So this is the way how you can use the form pre-filling of the form in the next screen. Question number 27. What are data cards in forms? So the data cards are containers that hold label, input, controls, and a logic for a single field in a form. This is very important. It's only and only for the single field in a form. They are automatically generated but can also be customized. So this is also important, right? They can be customized. So it is not like that the data card is not customizable or only the read only field or something, but you can also customize the data cards as well. Question number 28. How do you refresh a data source in Power App? I am here asking about refreshing a data source from the code itself, the Power application or the Power App itself. You can definitely go by going into that data section and selecting your data source and right clicking and doing the refresh. But I'm not asking about that in here. I'm asking about from the Power Apps application when it's in the run mode. So what you can use the refresh function and also provide your data source name. This will, this function will update the local view of the data source, and then it will be used for the useful when you are performing the patch or remove function. So if you are adding a new data, updating a new data, or removing any of the data in your data source, and if you want to reflect it on the, let's say, grid or something, you can use this. Okay. Question number 29. How can Power Apps connect with SharePoint? Okay. So many of you have already used SharePoint as a data source, but this is one of the question an interviewer can ask you. So to add a SharePoint as a data source and then use the list or for use the list or document libraries or any of the components from the SharePoint as a data source, we can use the lists for form imports, galleries, and patch remove functions for CRUD operations. So these are the different operations can be done. And the question is how we can connect? It's simply like adding a data source in the data section of the Power Apps. Question number 30. How do you create a multi-step form? Something like visual. So we can use multiple screens or hide source sections on the same screen with a step counter, a variable which we can create, and we can update the step counter variable by using an update context function. So this is just an idea. Let's say an interview asks you about, have you ever created a multi-step functions or multi-step forms like wizard? You can simply say that, yes, I have created and I have used a step counter variable for that, and also using the show hide sections or multiple screens to navigate as a different steps. So these are the 10 questions for this part 3. But wait, I have one bonus question with the answers for you. So the question is, what is the difference between navigate and back function? Navigate will switch the screen while a back returns to the last screen. So this is a difference between the navigate and the back function. Okay. So yes, that's it for the part 3 for the Power Apps interview question and answer series. I will come back with the next set of 10 questions. But if you like this video, please share your comment in the comment section and subscribe the channel if you haven't done it yet. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.